my back to the channel. I am back from DreamCom. You guys know, first of all, how y'all doing? After those 2 days of that quiet, what I want to say, y'all was quiet, that quiet love shown that you guys did for Berlizzi. I am outdone. I really am. I'm outdone. I'm outdone. I did not know that the love flowed like it did. I'm so glad I made it. So glad I went. I was kind of, we didn't know we were going to go. Last minute said, okay, let's go. But it was more than I could ever imagine. Me showing my mom the clips could not even the actual impact of being there and in the room. I knew nothing about Donkey Kong, Kirby, or nobody else, but wow, you guys did. Wow. And to watch that video, them playing the game up there, that was all, just crazy. Everyone that I met that said words to me of thank you. You're so welcome. This is the reason why I'm back, even after COVID. I wasn't going to do this because of the way my voice my breathing was so bad, but, to hear the thank yous, to sit and talk with you, to take pictures, it was like, you got to do what you got to do, so here I am. Not only back to do another chapter in our ABC of the Bible, but just to say thank you for the love that you show my son. Oh gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you. He's so humbled by that. What you guys see is who he is. He's genuine like that. He just has love for people. And he would have stopped and hugged and took a picture with everybody, had he not been on a time schedule. But I can't wait till next year. I am going to do my thing with the t-shirts because I like that, I like that. I have an idea, of course, you guys know what it's going to say. Y'all going to already put in the comments what it's going to say, because that's exactly what it's going to say. Hope you read your books. Those who got a book, hope you read them. I do have my tea because my voice don't need to get raspy. I'm already raspy, but my cup today says, I love me some Texas. I'm gonna one day be there. I am. I gotta relocate. So I am. I don't know when, probably the next 4 years. I'll be in Austin. So, gotta prepare myself and, just get prepared to relocate down in Texas. But that was so good. My hat's off to the leader of the pack, Marty Seaworld. Hats off to you. I know you're the brain behind all that. So, and the whole team that you work with, no man's is on his own island. You got to have other people on your island. So I know that. So here we go. We're going to talk about Abraham today. Abraham. Who was Abraham in the Bible? He was the model of faithfulness for Christianity. Okay? First thing God did was tell Abraham to leave his family. We're going to always do this in modern day times so that we know what happened then is still happening now, and God's asking us to do the same thing that he did ask others in the Bible. We're not the Lone Ranger, What God told Abraham to do, he's telling some of y'all to do, God tells Abraham to leave his family. Why he told Abraham to leave his family? I wonder why he told Abraham to leave his family, so he can deal with him by himself, so he can, he had some work he had to do, all that. God, when God told him to leave his family, he sent him to an unknown, strange land. That sounds like somebody else we know. When Berlizzi left home, I didn't understand why he was leaving. Prayed about it, cried about it, didn't want him to leave, but he left. You know, he had to do what he had to do. But the difference in him, where he is now, and being in California, can't nobody live in California. Rent is so high. On a home is only for the rich and famous. House is $700,000. I'm not giving you $700,000, even if I could afford it. I'm not going to give somebody $700,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Not going to do it over in the neighborhood. I mean, in the worst neighborhoods, houses are going up for that. So the other thing that God did was God made a promise to Abraham on his leaving his family. He promised Abraham some things. Abraham believed God and obeyed without doubt or disbelief. And sometimes we run into that when God tells us to do something. We doubt because we don't understand what God is telling us to do. If God did tell you to leave your family or go somewhere that you don't understand where he's telling you to go, and you question God, you know, because you don't understand what God is doing. But that wasn't Abraham's lifestyle. God told Abraham to do it, and he did it without hesitation. Although Abraham went through difficult times, he continued to trust God. Although Abraham went through difficult times, he continued to trust God. Repeat that. Although we go through difficult times, we have to continue to trust God. Nobody is exempt from going through difficult times. I don't care if you're the preacher, the teacher, or the missionary, the deacon, the choir board, the usher, the president. Everybody is going to go through difficult times. We cannot avoid it. There's a story in Genesis about Abraham's nephew. And Abraham's nephew was his name was Lot. But his name starts with an L, so we can't talk about him yet. But he was with him. We'll worry about him later. One of the biggest story in Abraham's life was that God tests Abraham's faith with his son. I call that the supreme test, because God told Abraham to take his son. And I think if you know the Bible, you know the story. To me, it's just the most chilling story that God can ask someone to do. I mean, chill to the bone. Hold on, y'all. But Abraham was willing to give up his son in obedience to God. And I read Genesis 22, 1 through 13. That's the story of Abraham and his son. And, you know, some of our life's trials, life's test of faith is going to be through something that we don't want to do. And a young lady had asked me in DreamCom, you know, how do you know when you're at a place where, I think she said, your faith, that you can put in the comments if I'm saying this wrong, but how do you know that you get to a place where you know that faith is, I believe she was saying what it is and how do you trust, how do you grow it? Because I had to tell her about my situation with my throat. And I was telling her at that time, over the weekend, that when my throat got cut, I couldn't turn to the doctors to help me because they're the ones who did it. So I had to trust God on my healing for my throat. And I called it a cutthroat experience. Sometimes our faith tests will come through some of the crucial points in our life where we have to just say, Lord, you know, I trust you. I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I'm going to have to trust you. Trusting God is just a door being open to Ask you the rest of your life. The rest of your life. I'm going to read this about Abraham believed, trust, faithfulness. Abraham believed his beliefs, his trust, and his faithfulness was so strong because every word God told, every promise he made, he kept. So if you never get to a place where you trust God, to where you ask him for something, something's going on in your life, you want him to answer it, situations happen, you want him to step in. If you never say, Lord, I trust you, and step back and let him handle it, you're never going to get to the place where you say, what? I trust God no matter what. You have to get to that place. The only way you can get to some Abraham faith is to go through some Abraham situations. I'm so glad that God didn't say, Regina, go take little Berlizzi and put him on some wood and get a knife, because I've been looking like I'm looking now, and take something and prepare to kill him. I would have just said, Lord, are you serious? Is this what you really telling me to do? Good thing we're not doing that no more. So don't y'all take your little sister and your little brother, if you can't stand them, or your cousin, and to tell them the Lord said tie you up. Mommy said tie you up because this is a test of faith. And I ain't saying that. God ain't doing that no more. Because, nowadays you're going to get locked up. So your test of faith may just be the fact that you asking God for good health, asking God for a job, asking God for a car, asking for a place to live, asking him just for things for other people. And you got to stand still and say, okay, God, I trust you. I trust you're going to do this for me. That's where your faith, you ain't got to go, we ain't putting folks on rocks no more and killing them. So, but build your faith on your trust in God, and build your trust in God on allowing him to step in. Without your help, he don't need your help, he's God. And then you sit back and watch the results of what God is going to do for you. It ain't hard. It's just a little scary sometimes when we really don't know what God will actually do for us. I'm going to read this. As Christians, we're called to leave our old way of life and follow Jesus into a new life we have never seen, but by faith we believe in. And it's called a relationship. It's a relationship. And it's not about the clothes you wear. It's not about the money you have in the bank. It's not about how popular you are. It's a relationship. It's your relationship with God and his with you. And nobody has the floor plan on how your relationship with God should be. I don't have it. Your friend don't have it. Even your mama don't have it. That's between you and God. And if you take time to talk to God every day, and say, you know what, God, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to help. I want you to come into my life, first of all, and guide me. Nobody's perfect. We're going to make mistakes. That's why we're not God. We're going to make mistakes. He already knows that. But you have to get yourself into a place where you trust God and you have some Abraham faith. That's what we're going to call it, some Abraham faith. So where we believe him and we know God's going to answer no matter what it looks like. Trust God and know that he will come in time, just in the nick of time. He steps in when you're about to do it yourself, about to mess up. That's when he steps in. He says, I'll take care of it, So, we're going to end. It's almost 15, is that seconds? Minutes? I don't know what that is. Anyway, we're going to end it so we can get ready for the next A, B, C, D, David. King David. I like him too because he did so much wrong. But God said, you so good to me. You're a man to my own heart. But he did so much wrong. But let you know what? No matter how bad you think you are, God don't see you like you see yourself. Be blessed. Mwah.